Sairam. Thanks, Sundar sir, for a detailed introduction. Lot of our job has become easier to explain all the points. It was very interesting. We will see in the 9-point code of conduct, ಮೊದಲನೆಯದು ದಿನನಿತ್ಯ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹ ಧ್ಯಾನ, ಡೈಲಿ ಮೆಡಿಟೇಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪ್ರೇಯರ್. ಇದು ನಾವು ಇವಾಗ ನೋಡೋಣ. ವಿಲ್ ಸಿ ವೈ ಶುಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಬಿ ಡನ್. ನಾವು ಯಾವುದೇ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು, ಯಾವುದೇ ಗೈಡ್ಲೈನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು, ಒಂದು ಇಸ್ ಫಾಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ವೈ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡೂ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. We will go through the first point. ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ in the beginning, ಸಾಧನ is at 3 levels. 3 ಹಂತಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಸಾಧನ. We are all individual, all of us know we are all individual souls. ನಾವು ಪ್ರತ್ಯೇಕವಾದ ಆತ್ಮಗಳು. We are on a spiritual journey, so we have to do our own personal sadhana first. That is our that is the first responsibility of every individual. Next, now after we think about ourselves, who is the next person we will think about? The people who are immediately around us, who is our family. So the next is family sadhana. Whatever sadhana you are doing individually is good, but ನಾವು ಸಮಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಭಾಗವತ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಹಾಭಾರತ ಆದರೂ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ we have the most useful and the most conducive way of doing sadhana is to also take the family along with you. So that is why family sadhana. Next is the society sadhana. So there are 3 sadhana is at 3 levels. Why we should do sadhana? Swami ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Once Professor Anil Kumar asked, Swami, is sadhana must ದಿನನಿತ್ಯ ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾ? Is it required? Swami gave a very simple analogy. Swami always gives a lot of spiritual knowledge through simple, very simple analogies that can be understood by everybody. Swami ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, don't you wash utensils every day? Don't you take bath every day? So why do you have to do that? So to clean your body. Same way you have to do your own personal sadhana. Swami also gave another example. ದೊಡ್ಡ ಮರಗಳು, neem tree, banyan tree. Have you seen anybody going and watering those trees? ಬಕೆಟಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರು ತೊಗೊಂಡೋಗಿ banyan tree ಹಾಕೋದು ನೋಡಿದಿರಾ? ಇಲ್ಲ. But paddy fields are watered manually. Why? Because the roots are not very strong. Until the roots of faith become strong, we need to continue doing personal sadhana until our roots of faith become very strong, like that of a banyan tree. Anta Swami idike explanation kotru. What is daily sadhana? As Swami said, like we clean our hands and take bath every day, in a similar way, we have to do daily meditation and daily prayer for our mind. Whenever we talk about sadhana, we keep talking about mind. Why mind? Because mind gets a lot of input from the different senses and the different organs. We acquire a lot of knowledge, and then kalmasha ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, malina ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಮನಸ್ಸು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಚಿತ್ತ ಶುದ್ಧಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ we will have to do daily sadhana. Prayer and meditation are spiritual practices which are done for chitta shuddhi. Because the mind, one is we have impulses, the other is vasanas. Impulses what comes from within, vasanas what we acquire from outside. Now, having said this, what are the defects of the mind? Now, yavaglu mind na we keep saying mind is such a powerful tool that we have. So we have to take care of that mind very well. For that we have to understand what defects taint the mind. ಈ ಮನಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಏನೇನು ಮಲಿನಗೊಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಮೊದಲು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. There are 3 defects that the mind has. They are Mala, Vikshepa and Avarana. It is in very simple terms. What is Mala? Mala andre, the comparison is, if we look at our reflection in the mirror, we should be able to see our reflection clearly in the mirror. If the mirror is dirty, then you cannot identify yourself. So cleaning of that mirror is important. So that is that dirty, looking at yourself in the dirty mirror is Mala, and that is mostly controlled by by regulating your food habits and your living habits. The more important one for this daily sadhana is Vikshepa. Vikshepa andre ಏನು? ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರತಿಬಿಂಬವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕನ್ನಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಕನ್ನಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ, if we look at it in a shaking mirror, then you cannot see yourself clearly. This is comparable with what unsteadiness of mind we have, what doubts we have in the mind, the wavering mind. So that is what it is comparable to, and this can be overcome by meditation, prayer and namasmarana. That is Vikshepa. Then Avarana. What is Avarana? If you try to look at your reflection in the mirror by covering the mirror with a thick cloth, you cannot even see yourself. It is like you're looking at yourself you're looking at yourself means you're only looking based on your desires. What you are covered ಆವರಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ desires, ಆಸೆಗಳು, all the worldly things ಆವರಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅಂಥದ್ರಿಂದ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ನೋಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಅವರ್ ಸೆಲ್ವ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ವಿ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಲ್ actions, experience all worldly joy and comfort, but recognize the truth that the results of all your actions are in the hands of God ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಆವಾಗ ಆವರಣವನ್ನು ನಾವು we can overcome. The most important point for today's this first point is the Vikshepa that we have to do, and that daily prayer, Namasmarana is very important. We have to still the shaking mirror. ಮಹಿಳೆಯರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಬಿಂದಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕನ್ನಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಶೇಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರೋ ಕನ್ನಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಬಿಂದಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ? ಈವನ್ ಜೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್. ಹೌ ಮೆನಿ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಮುಂದೆ ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ವಿಭೂತಿ ಇಟ್ಕೋತೀವಿ, ಕನ್ನಡಿ ಮುಂದೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ವಿಭೂತಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ ಸಮಿತಿಗೆ ಬರೋಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ? ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎನ್. ಸೊ ಐ ಸ್ಪೋಕ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಮಲ, ವಿಕ್ಷೇಪ, ಆವರಣ. ವಿಕ್ಷೇಪ, ಆವರಣ ಈಸ್ ಕವರಿಂಗ್ ದ mirror with a thick cloth and trying to see yourself, seeing your reflection. So you cannot do that. That is avarana. Vikshepa is, if we have to overcome Vikshepa, then do daily namasmarana and meditation, and that is the point. Now, what are the daily sadhanas that we should do as prescribed by Bhagwan? 21 times. These are ಇದು ಗೈಡ್ಲೈನ್ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಬಾರ್ದು ನಾವು, ಇದು ಪ್ರಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಬೇಕು, that we have to do these every day. ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ early in the morning 21 times Omkaram, Sai Suprabhatam, Jyothi Dhyana, Jyothi meditation, daily rituals like Sandhya Vandana, daily prayer, daily puja prayer, and prayer even while cooking, even while cleaning. There was one experience of a couple who were diagnosed of a fatal disease. Swami hatra hogi avaru atkoತಾರೆ, they have tears in their eyes, and they sit in front of Swami and they say, Swami, namge thara aitu, they've said only 3 months we have to live. Anta Swami just smiles and walks away. So, and then there is no answer that Swami gives. Then the couple come back sad, and then they go back to their samiti, and they will say, okay, in the whatever is the next 3 months that is left for us, so now samitiಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ, the only seva that they did, they took a broom and parke ತಗೊಂಡು they just cleaned the samiti premises every day, and while they were cleaning they said Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram, and cleaned for 3 months. That's the only sadhana they did. After that, after 3 months, when they had a doctor visit, the disease was gone. Then when they went to Puttaparthi and went for Swami's darshan, and they were all smiles, and then Swami came and said, what happened? And then Swami, nam kaile hoitu. Swami had tears in his eyes. Swami said, I did not do anything. It is you who did it. It is the sadhana that you did. It is the namasmarana that you did. So that is important. While cleaning, while cooking, because the energy is there. The energy of Namasmarana is there. ರಾಮನಿಗಿಂತ ರಾಮನಾಮವೇ ಮೇಲು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ರಾಮನಾಮ, ಸಾಯಿ ರಾಮನಾಮವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಚಾಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನಾಮಸ್ಮರಣ, ಭಜನ್ಸ್. ದೆನ್ ಗಾಯತ್ರಿ ಚಾಂಟಿಂಗ್ ವೈಲ್ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲಿಂಗ್, ಡ್ರೈವಿಂಗ್. ನಾಟ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ವೈಲ್ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡ್ರೈವಿಂಗ್, ಎನಿ ಟೈಮ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಡೇ. ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ 24 hours in a day. Any time in the day, Gayatri chanting. Swami, there was also this experience. There was this particular gentleman who got killed in an air crash. And then when his family went to Swami and said, Swami, we are so devoted to you, and my husband got killed in an air crash. So Swami said, this air crash was to happen, but in that flight of 320 people, if one person had chanted Gayatri once, then the entire flight would have got saved. So that is the power of chanting Gayatri while driving, while traveling, and that ensures safety. So again, it is not just while driving and traveling, it is any time we should be chanting. Then the food that we eat. So now if you go and have a lavish lunch or dinner, we look at it in a different way. But when you go to a temple and take prasadam, this much prasadam, we say it is holy. Why? Because it is energized with the power of God. It becomes prasadam when you pray. So pray before eating. So before lunch, chant Brahmarpanam, pray to God, and then eat. And then the night prayer, the day has gone well. Shirdi Baba said that if you bend on your knees for a minute in the morning, I will make sure that you can stand on your feet the whole day. So that is what he said. So in the night, be thankful to God for this wonderful day that we had, for all that He's taken us through this day. So the night prayer. Next, two important ones that I will specifically cover is on the chanting of Omkara. ಓಂಕಾರನ ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಸತಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು? 21 ಸತಿ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು? early in the morning. Now we all know, ಯಾವಾಗ ಬೇಕಾದರೂ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು, but it is most effective early in the morning. Why early in the morning? Swami has given so many instances, so many explanations across in his discourses. Why early in the morning? ಬಹಳ ಜನ ಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳು ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಮುಹೂರ್ತದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆದರೆ ನಾವು for many of us, now if we look at it directly from a spiritual angle, we may not directly understand. So Swami has made it very simple. He said, my lines are free in the morning. So it is easier to connect on a phone call to me early in the morning. So do early in the morning. So we have to make that line also busy in the morning. So we have to do it early in the morning. ಓಂಕಾರನ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಚಾಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಸೇ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಸಿಂಗಿಂಗ್ ಭಜನ್ಸ್, ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಚಾಂಟಿಂಗ್ ವೇದಂ, ವಿ ಸೇ ಓಂ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಆದರೆ 21 ಸತಿ ಓಂಕಾರ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು, ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಲಿಟಲ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್. ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಓ, technically also O is a combination of A and U. So we have A, U, A, U seri O agatte. When we are chanting in a fast pace, we say Om. But in the morning when we are chanting, we don't say Om, we say Swami has also said, have patience when you are chanting Om. 21 sati hengo mugisbidana anta we should not chant. We should chant with patience, take that much time, not so much time that you will fall asleep because it is early in the morning. The right amount of time for U. And Swami has given also this very nice explanation. How should the sound be? It should be like the approaching of an airplane. How you hear the sound. It comes close, by A starts there, it comes U, and it goes away. So like how an airplane passes, and Om should be like that. Swami has very clearly said in his discourses that this is how we have to chant Om. In the morning, it should be chanted 21 times and early in the morning. Now, you all may be wondering why 21 times. We have seen this 21 is a very commonly used number. ಗಣೇಶನ ಹಬ್ಬದ ದಿವಸನೂ 21 ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. 21. Even in our learn a particular language in 21 days. Why? What is this importance of this 21? Omkaradali particularly, we'll understand why. So there are 21. So the first 5 Om is for the cleaning of the karmendriyas. We have 5 karmendriyas. That is all the indriyas. Karmendriyas are the indriyas of speech, that is vak, pani, hands, feet, excretory organs, organs of reproduction. All these are karmendriyas. They do a karma. Then jnanendriyas, those indriyas through which we acquire knowledge, are all the sense organs. So the next 5 Omkarams will purify the 5 Jnanendriyas. Then we have the Prana. Prana is the life breath. And we have 5 Pranas. All the different life breaths which move in different directions in the very high level, at different directions in the body for the functioning of the various parts of the body. So they are Apana, Samana, Prana, Udana and Vyana. We'll not get into all the details of these, but just to understand that there are 5 Pranas. So it is for the next 5 Omkarams is for the purification of the Pancha Pranas. Then we all know that we have a soul. The soul is covered by a 5-sheath layers, 5 layers, and they are the Pancha Koshas. So the first one, the external one is called the Annamaya Kosha, which is based on food. Then we have the Pranamaya Kosha. Then we have the Manomaya Kosha related to the mind. Then related to the intellect is the Vijnanamaya Kosha. And then the one that is closest to the Atma is the Anandamaya Kosha. So you have to purify. Everything has to be balanced. Not that one Kosha is bad or good. All are required. Because they are all sheets. Everything has to be balanced, so we need to purify all of them first. So they are the cleaning of the 5 Pancha Koshas. So we have 5, 5, 5 and 5. So 20, and the last one is the mind, cleaning of the mind. So the 21 times Omkaram will clean. That is why we have to do 21 times Omkaram, and that's the importance of 21. Next is on how do we do Jyothi meditation. We have to understand, and why should we do Jyothi meditation. First we have to understand what is the significance of a Jyothi. A Jyothi is a light. It is the purest form. Says Agni is pure. Anything you put inside Agni, it purifies it. So it is it signifies purity. It signifies removal of ignorance. It signifies knowledge. And light is only one thing that when you share, it only expands. ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾಂಡಲನ್ನು ನಾವು ತಗೊಂಡು, ಒಂದು ಮೊಂಬತ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡು ನಾವು 1000 ದೀಪಗಳನ್ನು ಹಚ್ಚಬಹುದು. So it does not, the previous one does not go off. So you can expand. So that is why Swami also focuses, it is easiest to focus on a Jyothi. Instead of focusing on a God, focus on a Jyothi. It is easy. Do it hours before dawn. This is the first step towards spiritual discipline. ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? We have a lot of guided meditations. It is all available on YouTube, on Media Center ಅಲ್ಲಿ available ಇದೆ. Audio files circulate ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಮುಂಚೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ circulate ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. We have guided meditations, but how to do Jyothi Dhyana. But we have to also understand what is the significance, ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. First, focus on the lamp. Look at the lamp, focus, concentrate, close your eyes, bring the Jyothi ಭ್ರೂ ಮಧ್ಯೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡು ಬನ್ನಿ, between the eyebrows. Bring it between the eyebrows. Then let the Jyothi move to the heart. Narayana Suktam says that the heart is like a lotus. And let that Jyothi go and touch the lotus of the heart, and imagine that the lotus is expanding. So it is all expanding with the Jyoti. Purify there. From there, let the Jyoti move to the limbs. Then let the and purify all the limbs of the body. Then the Jyoti, let it move to your eyes. Purify the sight. Purify the ears. Purify the tongue. Tongue has two functions: eating and talking. We eat what we shouldn't, we talk what we shouldn't. Speech management amele barutte. So because of all this, sometimes we are compelled to do certain things. Sometimes we do it for entertainment, but we keep malina madakolta irtivi. So we have to purify. So the tongue, the ears, the mouth, ella kade let the Jyoti move. And then let the Jyoti move to the head. That is where your central nervous system, mind, brain, let it purify there. Once we are completely purified, then we start expanding. Now, personal sadhana aito. We also think about purifying who is next. Your family. First you think about your family. Then you think about your friends. Then you don't want to think, but you think about your enemies. Think about everybody and let the Jyoti move to everyone and purify everyone. And then let it move to your everybody in your place, everybody outside, in your country, in the world. So this is expansive. Ee Jyoti ella kade haradbeku. Ee Prema Jyoti, Swami says. And all the guided meditations of Jyoti meditation also calls it as Prema Jyoti. Hige Jyoti Dhyanavannu navu abhyasa ಮಾಡಿ. Then you open your eyes, you come back to the realization of the world, but you remain in that illuminated consciousness because of doing Jyoti meditation as much as possible throughout the activities of your day. So these are some of the points and some explanation for doing daily sadhana. So I will stop here and see if anybody has any questions. ಅಥವಾ ಯಾರ ಹತ್ರ ಯಾರಿಗಾದರೂ ಏನಾದರೂ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಟು ಶೇರ್. ನೀವು ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಕೇಳಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಕೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Mike.
Sai Rathnakar, brother, one of the thing is how much should be the, see when we do a day plan, right, you have certainly about 1.5 hours in the day, and many of them are the dawn. We do the night calls in a typical professional world, right? And by the time we wake up, so you have around 4-5 hours of sleep with which you get up and start doing these things. Practical thing, right? A real life scenario on a day to day. So when we are talking about waking up in 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the morning, right? Assume that we have about 1.5 hours to 2 hours to do all that 8 or 7, 8 on the sadhana that you showed in the slide. What type of time management that needs to be associated along with that to do it justice to that particular sadhana? All are required or some are required? And if yes, then which are those that we need to prioritize?
Okay. I'll say what at least I believe, then I'll also request Sundar sir to add. So, as per the guidelines, if you see, first it says 21 times Omkaram. Try to at least be in a stable place for Omkaram, because where maximum concentration is required, we cannot be in movement. And so many other things like prayers and can still be done when you're on the move. ಅದು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಎಲ್ಲಿಯಾದರೂ ಯಾವ ಸ್ಥಳದಲ್ಲಾದರೂ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಆದರೆ ನಾವು ಬಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರುವಾಗ when we're going in the bus and we do Jyoti meditation will become a little difficult. So at least Jyoti Dhyana, and then 21 times Omkaram will take how much time? About 5 minutes, maybe 5-6 minutes. Then Jyoti Dhyana you can easily do in about 4 to 5 minutes. About 10 minutes as a mandatory thing we do that. And the remaining we can do it on the go also. So that is what I think.
What you can, it will not take 1.5 hours as you mentioned. I don't know what calculation you had in mind. Oh, that calculative mind. Have you done, sir? Have you done Omkaram 21 times? How long it will take? Nine to 10 minutes. Then Suprabhatam? You have not done. You start doing from tomorrow onwards. 5 minutes it will take. 7 minutes, okay, 5 minutes, depending upon. So 10 minutes, 9 minutes plus 5 minutes. Okay. Then Jyotir Dhyana. How long? Jyotir Dhyana?
It can go from 5 minutes to 20 minutes.
10 minutes. So all put together is about 20 minutes in the morning. And the rest of the sadhana is like on the job training, you know, you get. One clarification I'd like to hear here, I would like to. Sandhya Vandanam is not a sadhana. I clarified that. And Sandhya Vandanam is a nitya karma, like taking bath, like eating food. Sandhya Vandanam is a nitya karma. If you don't do, it's a sin. If you do, you don't get punya. It's like that. So Sandhya Vandanam should need to be actually. I had mentioned this basically because it also gives Chitta Shuddhi. That is why it is mentioned. But as a part of sadhana, Sandhya Vandanam is that 10-15 minutes is not there. So the rest of the thing like Gayatri Mantram and Brahmarpram chanting and things like that, it is within in the living itself, it gets merged. So it's not 1.5 hours, it's much lesser than that. And with all the office calls and all that, you will still be able to do this sadhana. Sai Ram.
But any other questions?
Your permission, just.
Yes, go ahead, please.
It just triggered one memory. You know, there was once in the veranda, one devotee had come and sat, and Swami went, "Oh, when did you come?" You know, the typical. And then this person told Swami asked him what it is. Swami, I'm so busy, I'm not getting time to do any seva. He told Swami. Then Swami asked, "That's fine. How many times did you actually cry in front of my photo saying, Swami, I'm not getting time for seva?" If you had cried even once, I would have given you that time. So I think the yearning is very, very key. Once there's a yearning, we'll figure out. Swami will somehow give us that time. That's my belief.
Sai Ram, brother. Here.
Yeah.
I want to share one experience with regard to Jyothi meditation. Just 2 years back, my mother was diagnosed with bowel cancer. So she was very unhappy that she had been fit and healthy for all through her life. But during those end days, she had to go through a lot of suffering and there was no smile on her face. So when I started training her for Jyothi meditation, we did that for 1 week at the same time every day, not in the morning. I tried to do it in the evening. She was saying no for anything, no physiotherapy, no massage, nothing. But when I said Jyothi meditation, she immediately agreed because it is the simplest of the techniques. And in 1 week, she got back the smile on her face. She maintained the smile till her end. So that is, thank you.
Sai Ram. Sai Ram.
Yes, sir.
Sai Ram, my question may be very silly, but this may be in the mind of everyone also. See, there is a chanting of Gayatri Mantra, sometimes 108 times or Omkara 21 times every day. The thing is, when we do the chanting so many times, we have to keep track of the times, number. So our mind wavers between the chanting and counting. Am I right? This must be given up. How to get over that? Say, I count on my fingers on...
Use a male.
Huh?
Use a male, it's easy.
Even then...
You have to just move, you don't have to count.
That is...
It has, you get a 54 beads male in, and after 54 is over, you'll notice the difference. There is an additional one that comes, and then you go. It's easy to count 2 than to count 108. So...
Yeah, 21
108.
Times. No, 21 also.
21 also you can. Yeah, 21 is easy to count. 21, this is how I count.
Yes.
There are 5 fingers and 4 tip of the finger and 3 lines.
Yes, true.
20 and 1 at the end. But if you forget to move and count next, it is okay. You would have chanted 1 more extra. That's fine. That is okay.
Sir, actually, one meditation technique taught by Phyllis Crystal called the maypole meditation is there. So in Bangalore, we just got through the WhatsApp. Actually, which one is more better? Actually, is this Jyothi meditation or maple meditation? Police crystal also is a devotee of Swami only.
No, that is okay. It is not to say one meditation is better than the other. So, since this is prescribed by Bhagwan himself, there is one other one devotee where he's a very staunch devotee of the Ramayana, and then he was organizing a play for children on the Ramayana, and then he noticed that there is a little difference between Valmiki Ramayana and the Ramakatha Rasavahini. He noticed a difference, and then when this question was asked, he got what the answer that he got was, who knows Ramayana better? Is it Valmiki or is it Rama? So, in a similar way, we are not saying that Valmiki Ramayana is not correct. Valmiki Ramayana has its own importance. That is the most widespread. Like that, meditation also. There can be so many meditation techniques, but what is given by Bhagwan himself directly is the best. That is the best and the easiest. If you have time, you definitely follow there. There is no harm. But this is given by Bhagwan, so we will stick with whatever Bhagwan is given.
No, but if you have doubts about Jyothi meditation, whom should we contact? Where is the group which will clear our doubts and keep monitoring us?
Videos and audios are there to guide you through the meditation.
Yes. Book is also
Jyothi
there.
meditation.
What do you want, sir? You want?
Sairam sir, so there are different ways. One is there are standard videos which have been circulated to all devotees which one can follow. Two is some of the samitis every time during Nagar Sankirtan, they do Jyothi meditation in the samiti. So if any of us are attending Nagar Sankirtan, then we can also participate in Jyothi meditation during Nagar Sankirtan. So there are some audio files which will guide you through this process. So you just play the audio file and just follow it. That's all. So there are those resources easily available. We can share it with you. If you can just share your contact details, then after this event I will share it with you.
Just one point, this is considered to be a personal sadhana, which is why they give you self-learning techniques like a video or maybe somebody doing it. At the samiti level, a group Jyothi meditation sometimes may happen, like sir was saying before the Nagar Sankirtan. If that happens, yes. If the requirement is that we conduct a coaching session to understand the procedure, then maybe Brother Rathnakar can take it up and see when we...
We can interact, sir. You share your number with you. Okay.
Just to take 30 seconds. In Sai Darshan, the same question was asked about saying, we don't have time. A lot of people, said, we don't have time to do this. And of course, there were both sides of the equation. Some people said, we are able to find the time and we are able to do. A lot of other people said. So what Sundar sir and me, and along with the resource persons on that day who were conducting that workshop, we requested one introspection to be done by everybody, saying how much of the time in your daily life is also getting wasted. Like, for example, when this COVID struck all of us and all of us were working from home, like let's say, we conducted something called a mental wellness, where there was this heartfulness meditation workshop was conducted. At that point of time, one of the biggest problems which people face is as soon as they get up, they actually go and start looking at their mobile phone. So the instructor actually made a request to all of them and said, for at least about 45 minutes after you wake up in the morning, when you are at your best, you should focus on this meditation part, on the prayer, and then about saying how your day is going to span, rather than actually saying, who sent me this message, am I going to reply to him instantly, and all of that. So I'm making an appeal, which I think worked in that workshop. I'm going to request all of you saying, please say what is it that you do as soon as you wake up, and avoid this thing about the mobile and some other distractions. I think, you'll definitely, and as Sai Gitanjali also said, It's about like praying to Bhagavan, saying, please make this possible for me, because it will enable me to follow what you have ordained. Thank you very much.
Sai Ram. Thanks to everybody for patiently listening. Now we will go to the second point. On the next point, I'll hand it over to Rajalakshmi sister and Shripriya sister.